Like, we sit in here and watch them ticket people that as soon as they park, and sometimes we run out there and try to save it.
They share a striking resemblance with those regulated city-issued parking tickets, but these yellow parking invoices demand a pretty hefty payment. A CityNews viewer alerted us when they got dinged when they pulled into this Etobicoke strip mall. A receipt shows they were just stopping in to buy a bag of milk. Shops in the plaza back up the claim, alleging that customers are getting hit up on the daily.
Like, we've gotten tickets and we work here.
We don't hand out tickets. We issue parking invoices for the cost of parking on the client's property.
We've only been here in this parking lot at Humber College Boulevard for a few minutes, and we've already found 4 of these parking invoices. Now, the fee to park here, according to this invoice, $150. But if you pay within 4 days, it's only $25. But the question remains, do you have to pay for this?
It's nonsense, and if it was on my car, I mean, well, I wouldn't be acting on it, and I wouldn't advise anybody else to do that.
President of Points, Brian Laurie, says the yellow slips prey on the elderly and immigrants who might mistake them for the real thing. It's a problem the city is taking seriously.
I think it's illegal, and it sends a red flag.
The company behind these tickets is Parking Control Unit. We did some digging and found their headquarters at this nondescript Brampton industrial complex. The company is facing more than 80 charges for breaking Toronto's municipal code, and the case is now going to the Supreme Courts.
The only people that can issue a ticket are people that are certified. They're called MLEOs, Municipal Law Enforcement Officers.
The Etobicoke lot does have signs warning drivers they've agreed to the terms and conditions if they park here. The company is hired to patrol private lots, many near medical centers that have issues with hospital parkers taking up their spots.
The city represents that it's doing consumer protection, and our position is the city's trying to establish a monopoly on the services which are usually unsatisfactory to the various property owners. That's why they come to us.
We brought them here to Bylaw Enforcement Manager Rose Burrows with Municipal License and Standards. Rose, what should people look for to be able to tell the difference between one of these parking invoices and a legitimate City of Toronto issued parking ticket?
Well, the legitimate City of Toronto Part 2 parking ticket has the City of Toronto logo, it has the Toronto Police logo, it has the barcode, whereas this other invoice has a number and I guess a fancy coat of arms there, which really it's not relevant. There's no officer name, there's no badge number.
The company behind these tickets is Parking Control Unit. They threaten collection or legal action if their so-called parking invoices aren't paid in full. Some private parking enforcement companies can access your personal information from the MTO via your license plate. Brian Laurie, president of Points, says the chances are it's too costly for the company to even bother taking you to court.
It's meant to be an extra arm twister. It's meant to reinforce this other sort of trying to fool people into think this is an official document. The whole thing is spurious to start with, so I mean, if it starts off spurious, then it's going to end the same way. It's about time that they were faced off in a court and see what a judge has to say, and I don't think a judge would be very sympathetic.
Should people be worried if they receive one of these invoices on their car?
No, they shouldn't, but they should report it.
Bylaw Enforcement is asking anyone who receives one of these parking invoices to call 311 or email 311@toronto.ca. The Bylaw Enforcement Office is Adrian Gobrio, City News.